Showtime with Charmin Yarnell. Brought to you by L'équipe, toujours le bon vêtement. On Montreal's News Talk leader, CJAD 800.
I see colors, I see blue. My feet don't touch the ground with you. I hear sounds, I feel love. My hands can reach the skies above.
A little bit of John Paul, George, and Ringo there. Now, I've seen Rain. I've seen Beatlemania. I've seen the Beatles story, and none of them quite catch the spirit. And I'm talking about the spirit here of the Fab Four as our next guests. In studio with me now are two of the four members of John Paul, George, and Ringo. Actually, Replay. John Paul, George, and Ringo is a specific show that they put on, but the group is called Replay. And John Orietis, who plays Paul, and Riccardo Brancini, who plays John. Welcome.
Hi, Charm.
It's always, you've got to sit in here. You should be used to a mic now.
Yeah.
And John, you talk into that mic. You can look at me, but you can talk into that one.
Okay, great.
Riccardo. Did you hear what I just called you?
What did you call him, John?
No, I called him John. This is going to go on all afternoon. Now, John plays Paul, Riccardo plays John. That's
Right.
the way it goes, okay?
Sense.
And yeah. You guys are fabulous. I've seen you play a number of times.
Thank
I think
you.
I saw one of your first shows, which was nothing like what you're doing now. It was on at the AMC a few years ago.
That's right.
Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Boy, have you ever expanded into something phenomenal, something special.
Thank you.
You're going to be on at the Rialto next Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there because I would not miss out on this. But you've also just come back from Guatemala.
That's right. We did a show in Guatemala in November. We had a great time. We were there for a week, and it was like Beatlemania. The people there just ate it all up.
Well, I was on Facebook today, and I saw somebody say, when are you coming back?
Yeah.
They want you back
Yep.
there.
Time with Charmin Yarnell.
And they sang, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did. And they shook their head a little bit, too, when they did it. Woo! Welcome back to Showtime, all about the Brits today. Now, in studio right now, we have John Orietis and Riccardo Brancini from John Paul, George, and Ringo. This is Replay, but the show that they actually, they sing as Replay. When you go to events and you sing as the Beatles, as Replay. But just explain the show that John Paul, George, and Ringo, because it is a bit different.
Yeah, it's different. It's just a higher-end version. It's something with 7 costume changes, and it highlights 7 key Beatle milestones in their career, from the Cavern through, Shea Stadium, the Japan tour, Ed Sullivan Show, Sgt. Pepper, Magical Mystery Tour, and then the final year. So each segment has a costume change, and then there's multimedia and video running in between to sort of tie the whole thing together. So it's really the Beatles' story, or the Beatles' entire career, in a 2-hour, what I call a rockumentary.
And, I think it's great. If you've seen the Beatles, it'll bring back wonderful memories. If you love the Beatles, this will bring it all back to you. If you've got kids and grandchildren who have not seen the Beatles, take them to see this show because it says it all. You've got a CD out. We've just heard some of it.
Yeah, those are 2 songs written by the band, and, one written by Riccardo, one written by myself, and the guys had a lot of input. And our George Martin on the project was Jeff Lang, who works with Nikki Yanofsky, and we want to thank Jeff for helping us produce that.
And I think this is just absolutely marvelous. I will be there next Saturday.
Yes, front row seat.
Yeah, you better be there.
I should.
You wait till you see these guys, and Riccardo as John is just especially when you come out, in the white suit with, oh my gosh. Thank you both so very much for joining me on Showtime.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is the premier tribute group to the Beatles. They're going to be at the Rialto next Saturday. They're here today with us. We also have tickets to the show that we'll be giving out a little bit later on. Let me tell you something, though. I, as a young kid, saw the Beatles. I have seen Beatlemania. I've seen Rain. I've seen The Beatles Show. Nothing comes anywhere near John Paul, George, and Ringo, or Replay as they're called. You are going to be so amazed. Here's